I want you to become bored. Bored of what? Bored of the negative emotional states that you are addicted to. Most of us walking around, if not everybody, is addicted to emotional states, to our dominant emotional states, to the emotional state that we most frequently experience. But the problem is we are often addicted to the negative emotional states. And I like to say that all emotions are neutral, but when the emotion causes negative consequences in our life, then it's negative. And one of the most common ones I see is the emotional state of shame being one of the most highly addictive emotional states to have. Because the reason we have this shame in the first place is because we felt out of control in some area of our life and not good enough. And because we felt out of control and not good enough, we got this idea that if we continuously experience shame, it's almost like we are punishing ourselves and taking control of the thing that made us feel unworthy. When somebody has an addiction to a drug and the craving spikes, the brain will want you to do everything and anything to have access and to get that drug. So now, what if there is no difference between the addiction of a drug and the addiction of an emotional state? What do you think will happen when you are not getting the thing that you are addicted to? The brain does just like it does with a drug. It starts to find ways so that you can have access. You're addicted to a drug. The brain starts thinking of the ways you can get the drug. You are addicted to an emotional state, shame. The brain starts figuring out how to have access to the thing you are addicted to. And at this point in your life, it doesn't even have to contemplate how to get it. It just automatically turns on the shame switch. This looks like automatically when things are going normal in your life, things are feeling fine in your life, things are feeling okay, the brain goes, oh, time for the hit of my addiction, time to go into a negative spiral in the mind, start thinking bad about myself. Oh my gosh, I did this thing last week. Oh no, I'm not on track. Oh no, things aren't perfect. Oh no, things aren't happening the way they should be. Time to turn on that spiral so that you can feel the emotion that you are addicted to. We are all addicted to emotional states, but when we are addicted to the negative emotional states that affect us negatively in our lives and we don't have the awareness of it, we don't have the capability of saying, hold up, I'm going towards the bad drug, the shame. I don't want to go towards that. That's bad for me. That's not good for me. We don't have that. We are living on autopilot. So we are automatically going to the state that we are addicted to, and there's nothing to stop it. And for the person who is actually addicted to something outside of them, drugs, gambling, porn, whatever addiction you're experiencing that you don't want to experience anymore, and you're having a hard time stopping, you may think it's because you're trying to run from shame, which is the most common reason that people start addictive patterns in the first place, is because they're running from the feeling of shame. If you say that, yes, you're correct. You are running from shame. But your subconscious mind knows that you are going to experience more shame after you partake in the thing that you are addicted to. And that's what your brain is striving for. What if the high and the dopamine and the good feelings that come from the thing that you are addicted to, what if that's not actually the thing that you are striving for the most? Your logical brain may think it. Your logical brain may think that. And of course, we have our human anatomy and the chemicals in the brain that make us crave the substance. But what if the thing we are actually craving the most is actually the feeling of shame after we partake in the addictive thing? And what if we sorted out our addiction to the emotional state of shame, we wouldn't crave it as intensely? You see, people who have this addiction to shame will do things unconsciously to experience more of their drug, more of that shame. Okay? So I wanted to give you that perspective shift. If you are actually struggling with addiction of things that are outside of you, if you need additional help, this is something I love to help people with. We can have a session together if that's something you're interested in. This perspective shift has you miles ahead than where you were before you watched this video. Just this perspective shift alone. What do we do about being addicted to an emotional state? Number one, we become aware. Having the awareness takes you out of autopilot. You're no longer going to those spirals, doing the things that's going to produce the shame without knowing why. You know why. And you could look at it so differently now that you know why. You can take a step back, almost go outside of your body and be like, whoa, look what I'm doing. I'm trying to get a hit of what I'm addicted to, which is the shame. I'm trying to get hit of this feeling that I've experienced for most of my life. I'm just trying to get a hit. So you look at it and you go, maybe the things I'm thinking aren't true. Maybe I don't have to go into this negative spiral. And my favorite thing that has helped me so much, because of course I'm human, my autopilot in the past was continuous shame. So sometimes it could show up for me, and that's fine. I'm not perfect. You don't need to be perfect and never experience negative emotions. But it's important that we get out of it. And my favorite thing to get out of it is actually becoming bored of it. I think about it. I see what's happening. You become really familiar of your patterns of the ways that you experience shame. Everyone's going to have different patterns of different thinking patterns that show up, different actions that they take, different things that they do that will bring them into the state that they are addicted to, even if it's depression, anxiety, whatever you're addicted to that's familiar to you. We have our patterns, and everyone is so individual, so they're all going to be different. You're going to see it. You're going to be able to step back. You're going to need strength to step back. Of course you're going to need strength. You're going to have to be your own parent here. Be your own parent and step back and go, whoa, I'm doing that thing again because I'm addicted to this particular emotional state and I want to re-experience it. That alone, if you get to that point, give yourself a hug because you've come so far, okay? That alone is immense progress to not needing to experience anymore. And that over time will end the cycle. But that, along with literally becoming bored of it, being like, oh my gosh, this again? Talk to yourself. I'm bored of you, shame. You no longer have such a heightened emotional charge, but you almost have this lightheartedness to it, as if it's not a big deal. It's like a bug on your shoulder that you can flick off. You're like, oh, you again. And in the beginning, there's going to be resistance because your body's going to be like, hold up, why are you doing something you have never done before? Your brain is going to be like, this is not what I've done my entire life. I've always experienced this emotional experience when things get good. I've always had a crash down when things are high. I've always gotten depressive episodes after certain things happen. That's unfamiliar. Keep going. Persist. Literally persist in becoming aware and then bored of the emotional state that you continuously experience. And suddenly, which is 100% possible, you won't be addicted to the emotional state of the past. You'll be addicted to the new emotional state that you bring up each and every time you flick that bug off your shoulder, each and every time you replace the thoughts with, I'm bored of you. Oh, this again, shame, negative spiral, these are all lies. The things I'm saying to myself, it's all a lie. This idea that I have to be perfect, that's a lie. This idea that I have to go into this deep, dark, depressive episode because of this thing, that's a lie. That's a lie. I'm bored of it. I'm bored of experiencing this emotion that I've experienced for all of my life. I want to experience something new. Why can't life be better for me? I have that mentality. That life doesn't have to be so crappy and you don't have to experience those feelings that you experienced before. Sometimes we don't have a crap ton of trauma to process. We just have to step out of the emotional state that we're so familiar with. Sometimes no matter how many years you spend trying to heal yourself, you don't ever heal, even if you do absolutely everything right, because you're experiencing a reoccurring emotional state that your body wants to experience. And no matter what healing you do, no matter what books you read, you still experience the emotional state because you're addicted to it. This is how to shift out of it. Depression, anxiety, or shame, low self-worth, always feeling out of control, never feeling good enough, just because you lived your life like that then, that was then and this is now. I don't care if you're 90 years old. You get to live the rest of your life without the feelings that you were addicted to. Become sick of them, bored of them. Get yourself to yawn when they come up. You can be tired of it now. This, I really hope, reaches the right people. If you need any additional help, you can book that in the description below. Let me know if this helped you. And I thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next time.